Good morning everyone. Welcome to our AIS online classes. We have learned the basic part of admission. In our first class, we have learned that what are the topics we are going to learn in this part. We are going to learn how to calculate new profit sharing ratio, gaining ratio, sacrificing ratio. We have done that. We have learned how to calculate or how to present the new goodwill brought in by the incoming partner, and also how the treatment of and what was the treatment of old goodwill which is present in the balance sheet before admission. Third part we were going to learn was revaluation of asset and liability. That is, we are going to discuss over here the journal entries, the presentation, and few examples over it. Let's first understand the meaning of revaluation of asset and liability. First, understand the word meaning. A revaluation of asset. That means change in the value of asset. When a new partner is getting admission to the firm, the market value of asset are different and the book value, which is in our balance sheet, is different. There might happen that few of the assets market value is higher and our book value is lower. And that also can happen in reverse mode, vice versa, that book value of asset is lower, market value is higher, book value of asset is higher, market value is lower. We need to adjust that difference, because that profit or loss due to change in the value of asset or liability should be distributed among partners only, old partners only, not to the new partner. That profit and loss, right and obligation is with old partners, not with the new partner. He should not bear the loss and he should not get the right in the profit. Because these asset and liability were before the admission of the partner. So in their value change, if their value changes, the right and obligation lies with old partner only. So meaning adjustment in the book value of asset and liability, so that loss or profit due to change in asset and liability value remain distributed among old partners and it does not impact incoming partner. The profit and loss due to change in the value of asset and liability should impact only on the old partners, not on the new partner. So there are two journal entries on that. First, increase in asset, then there will be decrease in asset. Increase in liability, then there will be a decrease in liability. So these four entries are common logic. We will do all the entries with the help of revaluation account. Keep that in mind. We will do all the transactions with revaluation account. There will be new ledger, revaluation. So when asset value is increasing, my book value is 50,000, market value is 70,000. Asset is increasing by 20,000. Asset is increasing by 20,000. How to record that? If the asset value is increasing, our modern rule says asset increases, we should debit it. Our modern rule says asset increases, we should debit it. So we are debiting the asset. Now what is the other ledger to be impacted? Revaluation account. We are talking every entry will be done through revaluation account. So asset, if increasing, our modern rule of accountancy says asset increases, we should debit it. So we are debiting it to revaluation. Reverse, asset decreases, revaluation account debit to asset. If asset's value reduces, we should credit it. So revaluation account debit to asset. Now increase in liability, liability has a credit balance. Liability has a credit balance. So when it is increasing, we should more credit it. So revaluation account debit to liability. And in reverse, if liability is reducing, we should do the reverse, debit it, liability account debit to revaluation. These are the basic concepts which we have learned in our class 11 accountancy, how to think a journal entry. Asset, increasing debit, liability, increasing credit. And when they will be in reverse, when asset decreasing, we should credit it, when liability decreasing, we should debit it. That is the logic we have learned. Two more entries are there. If our accountant finds out it later that any asset or any liability has not been recorded in the balance sheet and now it is there. एक फर्नीचर था 30,000 का, we failed to record it. It was not in the balance sheet. Now record it. What's the big deal? It's a simple rectification. If any entry has not been done previously, we should do it now. Then asset is not recorded, we should now record it. The asset account debit to revaluation. Same way, if liability is not recorded, revaluation account debit to liability, we should record it now. That is the basic funda we have done in rectification. If any entry has not been done, do it now. We are doing it. Now last thing, due to all these changes in value of asset and liability, there must be some profit or loss, net profit or final loss. Let's say my asset has increased by 50,000. My asset has decreased by 10,000. So there is an increase of 40,000 in the asset. Keep that in mind. Asset has increased by 50,000. Machine has increased by 50,000. Furniture has decreased by 10,000. So machine 50,000, furniture 10,000. There is a 40,000 increase in the asset. Net asset increase 40,000. That means our income, as asset increases, it is a profit for the business. As asset decreases, it is a loss for the business. Same way, liability increased by 5,000, liability decreased by 3,000. So there is a 2,000 increase in liability. Liability increase is a negative thing, it's a loss. There was a 40,000 gain from asset increase and decrease, and there is a 2,000 loss from liability increase and decrease. So net gain is 38,000. That 38,000 will be divided among the partners. If it is a profit, in my example it is a profit, to revaluation account debit to old partners capital. As profit increase the capital, revaluation to old partners capital. And if it has been a loss, revaluation account debit, partners capital account debit, old partners capital account debit to revaluation. If it is a profit, revaluation to old partners capital, as capital should be increased. And if it is loss reduce the capital, so old partners capital account debit to revaluation. Mind it, all the effect will go to old partner only, no new partner. That's why I written old partner only, in old ratio. Now, we need to prepare a revaluation ledger also in the exam. How to do it? Normal. Use the journal entry. Asset to revaluation. So in revaluation account, I will write by asset. So whenever asset increases, it is written over here. If any asset is reduced, revaluation to asset. So in my revaluation account, I have written to asset. That is, asset is decreasing. Then liability increase, revaluation to liability. In revaluation account, I will write to liability. So I have written to liability. Same way, decrease in liability. I will write by liability in revaluation account. Unrecorded asset, asset to revaluation. That means I will write in revaluation account by asset. By unrecorded asset. Unrecorded liability. So revaluation account debit to liability. So I have written to liability. One entry we have missed. That is increase in reserve. If there is increase in reserve, it's a liability, guys. So we will write revaluation to reserve. Same way of increase in liability. Reserve is also a liability. I have written the entry separately just because it comes in exam. But the logic is same. The way we do the entry of increase in liability, we do the entry of increase in reserve. Now, if we will add all these items, we will deduct all these, and if any amount remains this side, that is profit, so two partners capital, same we have done in PL appropriation. If this side balance remains, we write two partners capital and profit is divided among the old partners. Here profit will be divided among old partners, because this whole profit and loss only belongs to old partner. And if this side balance is there, it will be loss. So buy partners capital and we will distribute among the partners. Old partners, not to new partner. This is how there are entries. This is the ledger. Now we should solve 2-3 examples on it to make the concept much more clear. Now student, let's solve it with an example. There is a question given there are few journal entries given, transactions are given. We need to prepare journal and the revaluation account. Smith and Priyanka are partner, 2:1 ratio. Now let's do it one by one. Land and building book value 2,75,000, which is to be revalued 3,75,000. That means we need to increase land and building by 1 lakh rupees. Then asset need to be increased, we should debit it. And what we will write in two sides? Revaluation account. So land and building to revaluation. Plant and machinery book value 5 lakh, depreciate by 10%. That means plant and machinery to be reduced by 50,000. 5 lakh 10%, 50,000. So revaluation account debit to plant and machinery. And asset to be reduced, so we will credit it. Revaluation account will be debit. Stock overvalued by 5,000. Overvalued. That means by mistake, stock we have written 5,000 more. Now we need to reduce it. And asset to be reduced. Revaluation to stock. Investment overvalued by 20,000. Undervalued, sorry. Investment undervalued by 20,000. That means one investment asset has been recorded less amount. So we should increase it now. Investment to revaluation. Debtor book value 1 lakh. PBDD 12,000. There is a book value in our balance sheet. Debtor amounting to 1 lakh. And provision for bad and doubtful debt 12,000. But company wants to make PBDD 20%. So 1 lakh 20%. Company wants its provision for bad debt to be 20,000. It's already in the book 12,000. So we need to increase it by 8,000. We want it to be 20,000. Already there in the book 12,000. So we need to increase it by 8,000. Provision for bad debt is a liability. Provision is a liability. We need to increase our liability. That means entry will be revaluation to provision for bad and doubtful debt. Salaries outstanding. These outstanding, accrued, advance, prepaid, pre-received, all these are adjustments which we record later on. So we will assume that this has not been recorded. Now we need to record it. Salaries outstanding is a liability. Outstanding salary is a liability. We need to record it now. Revaluation to outstanding salary. Fire insurance premium paid 5,000, out of which 1,000 for next year. We have total paid insurance premium 5,000, out of which 1,000 is for next year. That is advance payment, prepaid. It's an asset. We need to record it. Prepaid insurance account debit to revaluation. Commission received in advance. We have received some commission in advance. Now become our liability to give them the service. Liability need to be recorded. Where a liability be recorded, that means it to be credited. So advance commission credit, revaluation account debit. So revaluation account debit to advance commission. Stock not recorded 15,000. One stock is there which we forgot to record. Which we forget to record. Now we need to record it. Stock account debit to revaluation, and stock need to be recorded. That means it need to be written now. So asset to be increased. Stock account debit to revaluation. Liability of bills payable unrecorded 7,500. We need to record it now. Revaluation to bills payable. Liability need to be recorded. That means liability to be increased debt. Revaluation to bills payable. 20,000 recorded as bad debt. Now recovered. There was one person from whom we were wished to receive 20,000 rupees. We thought he will not give us. We have written off it as a bad debt. Now it has been received. So asset increased. I have received some money. Asset increased. So bad debt recovery account debit to revaluation. Furniture 1 lakh appreciate by 10%. That means we need to increase the value of furniture. In market value, due to some circumstances, market value has increased by 10%. In my book, my furniture is of 1 lakh. So I need to increase it by 10,000. Furniture account debit to revaluation 10,000. Now we need to prepare the revaluation layer. I have written land and building to revaluation. That means buy land and building. Revaluation to plant and machinery. That means in revaluation account I will write to plant and machinery. Revaluation to stock. In I will write to stock. Investment to revaluation. In revaluation account I will write buy investment. Revaluation to PBDD. In revaluation account I will write to PBDD. Revaluation to outstanding salary. I will write to outstanding salary. Prepaid to revaluation. I will write buy prepaid insurance. Revaluation to advance commission. I will write to advance commission. Stock to revaluation. I will write by stock. Revaluation to bills payable. In revaluation account I will write to bills payable. Bad debt recovery to revaluation. I will write by bad debt recovery. Furniture to revaluation. I will write by furniture. All these done. Now we add all these amount. It comes to 1,66,000. I have deducted all these amount till here. I have got a balance of 60,000 remaining. That is my profit because the balance is of this type. That will be divided among all partners in their profit sharing ratio. Smita and Priyanka are partners in 2:1 ratio. So I divided that 60,000 over here. So what will be my next journal entry? Revaluation account debit to Smita's capital. Revaluation account debit to Priyanka's capital. And if it's a fixed method, it will be current account. Revaluation account debit to partner's capital. That means revaluation account debit to Smita's capital to Priyanka's capital. I have written this. So this is my last journal entry. Revaluation account debit to Smita's capital to Priyanka's capital. This is how we do revaluation part.